Well, again, thank you for being with us this morning as we celebrate this Holy Mass. And today, as we celebrate the memorial of St. Henry, he really worked hard to bring peace and tranquility, not only into all of Europe, but he really worked hard to bring it into the church. And the beautiful first reading that Father Ken read for us today, it shows us that there was a disconnect between the liturgy and between what people were actually doing. It wasn't connected. It was so far off. And the prophet challenges the people about it. And his words are pretty harsh. His words are harsh. And St. Henry was able to recognize that same thing as king, and he worked hard to change that. And he's well known for bringing peace and tranquility into everything that he did. And I can't help but think how we're all called to do that exact same thing. I've shared the story different times that I was stuck in traffic one day, and I was behind this car, and the car had one of those little fish on it that symbolize, Jesus. It had a beautiful bumper sticker that said about God is my co-pilot. It had one of the beautiful little nativities that the Knights of Columbus do about keeping Christ in Christmas. Like the whole back of the car was a billboard for God and for this person's faith. But what was fascinating was, as we were sitting there in traffic, this person was constantly honking their horn. They were waving out the window with half the peace sign. It was ridiculous, and I wanted to get on my phone and call the police and report that the car was stolen, because I thought, well, if this person believed everything that was on their billboard on the back of the car about God and keeping Christ in Christmas, they surely wouldn't be acting like this person was. My dear family, as we gather here today, the prophet Isaiah challenges us, and the scriptures challenge us that as well. And Jesus hits home with that in today's gospel. And he says, when we live our faith, it's not always going to be easy, but he asks us to rely on him. And the words that jump out at me in today's gospel that Bishop Zubik proclaimed for us is the sentence where it says, "Whoever receives you receives me, and whoever receives me receives the one who sent me." My dear family, it's all about hospitality. It's all about welcoming each other. It's all about bringing peace and tranquility into our world. And St. Henry did that. He open-handedly gave to the poor. Him and his wife, St. Kunigunda, they open-handedly gave to the poor. He loved the monasteries. He worked hard to rebuild the monasteries, and he really built up the church. And he was so well known for how he cared for all those around him. As he was dying at the Benedictine monastery, Monte Cassino, he laid there, and he did so in a peaceful way that really moved the hearts of all who gathered around him, because they recognized in him a man who relied on God. Today, as we celebrate this Holy Mass, God wants us to trust in him a little more and to go about our day today bringing peace and tranquility wherever we go. Let's ask St. Henry to help us. Let's ask St. Henry to intercede for our country, for all government leaders. And in a real way, let's ask St. Henry to inspire us to have the courage, to have the conviction that he had, that it wasn't about what was going on in this world. It was more about focusing all our actions so that one day we would be with God in heaven. If we do that, we can't go wrong, huh? We can't go wrong. So today we ask St. Henry to intercede for us and to truly ask him to help each and every one of us to be a people of peace and tranquility in our world.